Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. You may notice I got a haircut. I got my hat on because this is straight out of bed. I didn't want to come in here with bed hair, but I got my mullet back. I feel like a new man. Anyway, as many of you know, I've been messing with my crawler a lot. So I've got the Element Trail Runner. My biggest complaint about it is the servo. It's an RTR car. For the RTR servo, it's pretty decent. But when you get yourself in a bind, it just stalls out. It won't do anything until you start moving again and get out of the way. So the servo's not got enough power to do the job. So I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on it. So I had some servos left from my 8-scale cars. They're rated like SRT servos, all metal case and everything. They're rated like 340 ounce-inches torque or whatever. And they didn't do much better. I borrowed a high-tech servo. It was a little better borrowed from Bubba Arnold. It was a little better, but still wasn't quite what I want. The way this independent front suspension is, it makes it a little harder on the servo, so it's got to be a super strong one. So the plan was to buy a $150 servo. I was looking at Reefs. I wanted one with an external power source. So the cheapest one I found I was going to use was the Reef 777. And it was like $150, so I was going to have to wait to buy it. So I stumbled across this one, the NSDRC 500B. It's a budget-friendly servo, $65 I think is what it was. But it's rated at, the deal is you can run it off a power supply, separate power supply. So you've got a separate power wire. Okay, so it's got your regular wire that goes to the receiver, and then it's got a power wire that goes straight to the battery. So I went ahead and have soldered in a plug to go straight to the battery. Now I run it on 3S, so it'll be 11.1 volts. So this servo is rated at, it's called a 500 because it does 520 ounce-inches at 16.8 volts. I'm going to be running it at a 3S, which is 11.1 volts. 12 volts, it's rated at 430 ounce-inches, and the speed is 0.12. So it's going to have plenty of power. The main reason, the numbers may not sound like that much more than what I've tried already, but what I did, all the power for a regular servo goes into the receiver. So the BEC of this ESC is 7.4 volts. So I put a voltage gauge and watched it. It drops from 7.4 to as low as 6.3. So the voltage drops, which means the torque on it drops. So I think just the power source alone is going to allow it to be much stronger and not have a drop when you're trying to get out of a bad situation and everything. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to leave the stock servo in there. I'm going to get out on the trail just real quick. I'm going to show you where it's binding up and everything. And then later on, I'm going to get this servo installed, and I'm going to go to the same spot, and we'll compare the two, and then we'll come back with what I think about it. So make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. So this is an early morning run. I'm going to try to run it with the stock servo from the Element Trail Runner, and we're going to try to show you where it's having problems. And then this afternoon when I get back, I'm going to install the new servo and hopefully be able to show you the difference from one run to the other. So I'm going to try to do this one-handed by myself with the GoPro, so I hope it works. Here we go. All right, so here seems to be one of the problem areas with the stock servo. So let's see if I can get it where you can see it here. See right there, I'm turning left and it's stuck to the right. I don't know if you can see that. And the back, I go forward a little bit. Usually right down here, it'll have some problems. It doesn't want to turn there good. See, it's really struggling right there. I turn right and it sticks. Won't turn all the way right, so let's go on to the next spot. This one, go over my new suspension bridge. Like I say, the light is a little dark, so it's only like 6:30 in the morning. I'm doing this kind of in a hurry because I've got to go to work, so this area right here struggles with a little bit. I'm turning here, so it's not a big deal. Here's one of the more difficult areas for the servo. Okay, right there, I'm turning left. It won't. See, it won't do anything until I give it some gas. Turning left there, it's not doing it. I have to turn it, give it some gas. See, it won't turn left there. I can't even get it turned back because I have to work it to get it going. Anyway, that's some of the problem areas. I'm gonna probably edit some of that out and hurry it up a little bit. And this afternoon when I get home from work, I'm gonna install the new NSDRC servo and we're gonna see what the difference is. So stay tuned. Okay, so there you have it. You can see a lot of times I would turn one way when it's in a bind and it would just like wouldn't do anything. Just sometimes it just stalls out and doesn't do anything at all. So I'm going to see how I just got home from work. There's barely any daylight left. So I'm going to see how fast I can change the servo, put the new servo in, and get out there and show you what it does. So I'm going to get started on this, and I'll fast forward and put a little music with it. And then hopefully I get it done in time to get back out there and show you how it does. So here we go. Okay, so there you have it. Got that. I've got to put my skid plate back on, put the body on, and we'll get outside and run it and see how it does. So hang tight. Okay, so here we go. I got the servo in there. We're going to take it for a test run. We're just about out of daylight, so we got just enough time. So again, I'm down a little bit. Just a little bit right there, nothing like before. Now I gotta hit this thing at the right angle. No problem through there for sure. Here's a big problem area. Yeah, no problem whatsoever right there. Right over here was the last area I think we checked this morning. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. Anyway, looks like it's a winner, so I'll get back with you. I'm gonna run around the trail here some more, and I'll get back with you with final thoughts of what I think. See ya. Okay, there we have it. All I can say is that's a game changer. This servo works great. For $65, you can't beat it. It's a NSDRC. I am totally a fan now. RS500B, 65 bucks for a budget servo. It's not the strongest servo in the world, but it's pretty good. More than enough for my trail truck. There are a few spots where it did really get in a bind, it would struggle, but for the most part, I didn't have any problem at all. So I'm happy with it. I'm probably going to build a real rock crawler later on. I'll probably buy a bigger one, like their 800 or whatever it's called. But so far, I'm really pleased with it. It made the difference I thought it would. It's a totally different experience. I would be out there still riding it, but the mosquitoes started wearing me out, so I'll have to wait till tomorrow when I can get some spray on or something. But so don't be afraid of it. RS500B, if you're on a budget and you need a good servo, this is the way to go. I ran it on 3S, so it's 11.1 volts. Pretty dang strong. I'm really happy with it. This truck struggles a little bit anyway, and but now it's more than good enough. So I am definitely NSDRC fan now. So that's what I'll be using in these trucks from now on. The next truck, I'm gonna buy a bigger one, so I won't have any problem crawling around. So anyway, stay tuned. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.